Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy third quarter. If you're watching this video, it's because I'm at the hospital having a small procedure done, and I won't be here today or tomorrow. You have a sub, and therefore you're going to be learning by watching videos and completing items in your blind space. The first thing we need to talk about for third quarter is exponents. You learned about exponents in 5th grade. Let's look at the anchor chart to learn about exponents. What you learned in 5th grade was that there are two parts to an exponent. There's the base, which is the number being multiplied, and there's the exponent, which tells you how many times to multiply the base by itself. Okay? There is the number written in exponential form, which is when you see the base written with the exponent to the upper right. There's a number being written in expanded form, which is taking the base and actually demonstrating how many times the exponent tells you to multiply it. In 5th grade, you learned about a number squared, or a number to the 2nd power, or a number cubed, or a number to the 3rd power. You might see this year 5 to the power of 6. This does not mean 5 times 6. That is incorrect. This means 5 multiplied by itself 6 times. The base multiplied by itself the number that is stated in the exponent. So in exponential form, this is 5 to the power of 6. In expanded form, it is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 5. 5 times itself 6 times. And how can we work this out? By multiplying each set. So 5 times 5 is 25 times 5 is 125. And then so we brought this one down, and we're going to bring this one down, times 5. Is 625. You still see that? Yep. All right, then we're going to bring this one down, times 5. And 625 times 5 is 3,125. And then we have to multiply it by this 5 before we get the answer. 3,125 times 5 is 15,625. So 5 to the power of 6 is equal to 15,625. That's a lot different than 30. Something you didn't do in 5th grade that you will have to do in 6th grade is to solve an exponent where the base could be a decimal or a fraction. Let's look at a fraction with an exponent. Let's do 1/3, and I'm putting it in parentheses because if the fraction is in parentheses, that means that you're taking the whole fraction and multiplying it by itself. If the exponent is only sitting by the numerator or by the denominator, then you have to work individually with the numerator or the denominator. But in this case, we're going to use the whole fraction. So we're taking 1/3 and we're taking it to the power of 3. That means that we're taking 1/3 and multiplying it by itself 3 times. So 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3 in expanded form. And again, just as we did with the 5 to a power, we're going to work out the problem the exact same way. We're going to multiply the two 1/3. And remember, we multiply the numerators and the denominators. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 3 is 9. But then we have to multiply it by this 1/3. 1 times 1 is 1, and 9 times 3 is 27, correct? Okay, how about we have you try one now? Let's try a decimal. Let's do the decimal 0.2 to the power of 4. What are you going to do? Stop the video here and work it out in your journal. Then start the video and see if you did it correctly. Okay, hopefully you've worked it out and now you're checking your work. So 0.2 or 2/10 to the power of 4. So 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2 times 0.2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 0.2 times 0.2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 0 is 0. And then I'm going to have my placeholder. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. And I'm going to add this up. And then I have two numbers after the decimal. 1, 2. So I'm going to move my decimal point 2 places. So I have this 0.2 times 0.2 is 0.04. But I'm not done yet. Now I have to take this and multiply it times this 0.2. Okay? 0.04 times 0.2. I'm doing multiplication with decimals, so I don't have to line up my decimals. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. I'm going to put in a placeholder. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. I'm going to add everything up. How many numbers do I have after decimal points this time? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to start to the right, count over 1, 2, 3, and that's where my decimal goes. So these two numbers multiply, 0.008. Am I done yet? No. I still have one more number to multiply. So 0 and 8/10 hundredths thousandths times this 0.2. So let's set up my problem. Okay, again, I don't have to line up the decimals when I multiply with decimals. I only have to line up decimals when I'm, that's right, adding and subtracting. 2 times 8 is 16, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 0 is 0. Placeholder, 0 times 8 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0. Add everything up. How many numbers do I have after the decimal now? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to start to the right and count over 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer to this is 0.0016. So 2/10 to the power of 4 is 16 10,000ths. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. 16 10,000ths. All right, you've seen a short explanation about exponents and how to write things in exponential form and expanded form and how to solve exponents. You have one more video that you can watch, Math Antics, in which it's explained again by someone else and you might understand that better. Go ahead and watch that video. Then there are some worksheets and some IXLs for you to complete and a 10 marks. When you've completed all the work on exponents, then you will move on to order of operations. And I have a short video for you on that later on in the blend space. Work hard, stay focused, have a great 2 days without me, and I will see you on Thursday.